What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Gad Talks. Today we are going to be comparing two smartwatches which has very similar functions, kind of different looks, and a very similar price range. So, before we begin today, we are going to introduce the watches, which will be the L5 Fitness Tracker smartwatch and the QW11 Fitness Tracker smartwatch. Both of these smartwatches go for anywhere between $35 to $50 depending on the website and seller that you guys choose to get it from. And if you guys have not yet already, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, as I'll be coming up with regular new videos on the latest gadgets, electronics, and smartwatches. So let's begin. We are going to introduce the L5 Fitness Tracker smartwatch first. This smartwatch has got a very standard silicone band, so nothing special on the band there. It's got your 2-pin magnetic charger, your fitness sensor, so you know that it's going to at least come with a heart rate monitor. It's got some very nice details around the case. It looks kind of like carbon fiber. I'm not really sure if it exactly is, but it does look nice. It's got 2 buttons here and a flashlight here actually, so you can actually turn it on by pressing this button right here. So it's kind of cool. It's very extra feature because the light is not very bright, but I'm sure you can make use of it somehow. And it's got a full touchscreen. So this is your home phase, which looks very nice comparing to some of the watches I've seen in its price range. It's got a full touchscreen, so you know you can just operate off the touchscreen itself and not just the button right here like a lot of other semi-touchscreens do. You can try to see if it comes with any other watch faces, which it does. And some of these are right here. So it's nice to at least know that it comes with more than one watch face. So if in case you do get bored or you just want to mess around with the watch face, you're able to do that. Now let's check some of the functions. So the default language it comes here, it's in Chinese right now, partially, but please do read the instruction manual because this watch is multilingual. So you do want to change the Chinese to your primary language. Luckily that I do recognize some Chinese, so I should be able to go through this review without having to switch the language. This is the steps and calories. This is your sports mode. See what sports modes are here. You have your power walk, run, cycle, hiking. Oops. Swimming. This watch is, I think it's IP67 waterproof at least. So that's nice, you don't have to feel like it's gonna get damaged if water splashes on it. Okay, let's go back to the main menu. So that's quite a bit of the standard sports that comes with on the sports mode. You have your heart rate monitor. We can try to take a heart rate monitor again and see how accurate this thing is for those of you who buy watches, fitness trackers, primarily for the heart rate monitor. Alright, let's put this thing on. It's a little hard to put on today. Okay, here you go. This watch does come in a variety of colors. This one is just a full black color, but I think there's also a red and black and a green and black. So for those of you who don't like the full black, there are other options. So this is how it looks like on the wrist. It's a little bigger than some of the standard watches. So that fits me because it's just a more masculine watch. Now let's check the heart rate monitor and see how accurate this thing is. So I think it is actually trying to take a reading right now. So let's wait for a few seconds. 57, 56. So I expected anything around the 60s range would be kind of accurate because I'm sedentary right now. And from my knowledge of the heart rate chart, anything in the 60s or at least around the 60s, I could kind of depend on it. So that's what it's giving me. So at this point, I feel like I could trust the reading on this watch based on this one reading. But when you get your watches, please do cross-reference it with something that you know, so you can actually feel like you can depend on the reading you get from this watch. Okay. That's your sleep monitor. This is your stopwatch. You also have your music player, which you can remotely control your... It looks like maybe the music on your phone or on another device that you're connected through Bluetooth on. It can actually control the music with this watch, which is nice. You have your other functions as well. Anti-loss, alarm, sedentary reminder. So that's it for the basic functions on this watch. For the price, I do like this watch a lot, just because of how it looks. The functions, I do wish that it came with the blood pressure monitor, even though I don't really use that as much, but it would have been a big plus. Now let's go through the QW11. This watch is, it's got a better looking band, just because it's got some extra patterns on there. It's not just a standard silicone band. It's got a 2-pin magnetic charger, fitness sensor, so at least has a heart rate monitor. It's got a semi touchscreen, so it's not a full touchscreen. Only a black and white screen though. So, but at least with the semi touchscreen, you can kind of go through some of the basic functions on this watch with just one button, and basically without having to read too much instruction manual. So you got your steps, distance, calories burnt, sleep monitor, health, your heart rate monitor. I think that's your oxygen. You got your multi-sport mode, message notifications, tools. Let's see what's inside the tools. That's your specs, QR code, stopwatch. Okay. So, like with the L5, we're gonna check how accurate the heart rate monitor on this thing is. Now this watch is a little smaller, a lot smaller than the L5. So it's not exactly my type of a guy watch. But let's check at least, some of the more important stuff like the heart rate monitor and seeing how accurate this thing is. It's gonna take a few seconds. So about the same range of the heart rate reading. Let's wait until it really finalizes. 50s. But it's fluctuating quite a bit, which makes me a little nervous. Yeah, it's fluctuating way too much. 80s, I would definitely not trust it. From my knowledge of the chart, it should be around the 60s. Okay. So I won't trust this reading actually right now. It could be just this particular watch. This one watch of the model, but, you know, for this reason, I might not trust this reading. And with any other reading that you receive from a fitness tracker, you should double check it against something that's more reliable that you can trust. So that was, you know, my most important function on a fitness tracker, other than a blood pressure monitor, because that really tests the quality of the fitness sensor. And for this reason, I do conclude that, you know, for a price of around $40, I would choose the L5 over this QW11 watch. It's just got, you know, so much more, it feels like, than the QW11. It's got a better case. It's more of my style, a guy style kind of watch. It's got extra functions like the flashlight. It's got touchscreen. And it's got a color screen as well. With this, it just feels like it's lacking quite a bit. You know, it's, you know, smaller, which for a lady, it might be fine. It's got a black and white screen. Semi-touch screen. And, you know, the user interface just did not seem as friendly. And the blood pressure monitor, at least for this one watch, is not accurate, so it did not make a good impression for me. So for the price, I would choose the L5 over the QW11. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.